video. Today we're going to work with this position I found in one of my favorite books. In this endgame it is white to move. As you can see, there is a big problem. Black is taking the knight here, there is a pin in this line, and also black is playing something like bishop b6, really annoying and really strong, threatening rook and knight. So in this position we need to save the game for white. White can't get a draw here. So try to focus for some minutes and then we will be talking about the solution. So pause the video and then we continue. The first move here will be king g3, and then black can play two different options. They can take the knight, which is the main line here, and they could also play something like bishop b6, attacking the rook, and when the rook moves, also attacking the knight. But in this situation, what could play? Knight d3, attacking the black rook, and they could save the game. If black plays rook b3, then white has some options. One of them could be rook h5, and then they could be playing something like knight f4 if necessary. Okay, so we go to the main line. Black plays here rook takes f2, and then we need to play an in-between. We cannot take directly because then black can play bishop b6 and they will take the rook and will win the endgame. Notice that this rook pawn promotes in a dark square, just like the bishop. So it could be a one endgame for black. So that option doesn't work. So instead of taking the rook, we need to play an in-between here, rook h5. The idea is that after the next move, king g6, threatening the rook, now black king is in the third rank, and that's very good for white. Then the next move, rook d5, and white is attacking the rook and the bishop at the same time. But black can play bishop b6, protecting the rook and moving the bishop. So right now black has an extra minor piece. But then we have rook d6, check. The idea is that we are going to take the bishop and then take the rook. That's the idea. Black plays king f5, and then, as we said, rook takes b6, and here if black takes the rook, well, king takes rook, and this is a draw. The white king will control the pawn and there's no way to win for black here. So instead of just taking the rook, black can play something like rook takes f3. The idea is that after king takes, black can play a takes. As you can see, black has the opposition, and that's not good. We can play king e3, but then black brings his king and they keep the opposition, and as you probably know, this endgame is won because the king is in front of the pawn, black has the opposition, so there is nothing to do here for white. So let's go back some moves and let's analyze this moment. And I have a question. Should we play something different, or is this line rook takes b6 okay and we are missing something? Remember that we said that after rook takes b6 black can play rook takes. So pause the video, try to think by yourself. This is my favorite moment of this endgame. So you know, we play something different, or rook takes b6 is okay and we are missing something here. Okay, the answer is rook takes b6 is okay. But how is that possible? We already analyzed this and we saw that after rook takes, king takes rook, pawn takes, this is won for black. So how does this work? Okay, the thing is that after rook takes b6, rook takes f3, there is a fantastic move for white. It's like an in-between move. I am talking about this amazing idea. King G2. Excellent move. Very strong. Black can still take the rook, but then white takes the rook on f3, and now notice that white has the opposition, and that's good. After king e5, king e3, we both bring our kings, and then black has the king one square in front of the pawn, but white has the opposition. So they won't be able to win this endgame. So with this position and the fantastic move King G2, we are going to finish this video. I hope you have enjoyed this. If you learned something here, give me a thumbs up. That's always very helpful. And I always invite you to subscribe if you haven't. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video.